Do you want to organize and access data in Python? Say hello to dictionaries. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Python dictionary to store, retrieve, and manipulate data efficiently. By the end of the video, you will be able to know how to work with dictionaries effectively. With that being said, let us dive in. What I have done here is that I have launched my Visual Studio Code, which is my text editor that I'm going to use. In your own case, you can use Sublime Text or PyCharm to follow along. But my favorite here is the Visual Studio Code. All what we need to do is to create a new folder. In fact, let me show you how you can do that if you're actually working in VS Code. All what we need to do is to come to this file section. So click on it, then you come to open folder. Then here you are going to make a new folder. Just click on it. Then you can name it dictionary, dictionary, dictionary. Then you are going to select the folder here. Select the folder. We have opened a new folder here. So what we are going to do next is to create a new Python file. All what we need to do is to come here, then you click on new file, then you can name it dictionary.py. So make sure it ends in .py extension. That means it is a Python file. Then you click on it. So we have actually make a new file inside our folder. So this is where we are going to work. Now, we need to understand what dictionary is. A Python dictionary is a collection of key and value pairs, just like our normal real life dictionary that has some words and some meaning. So let me show you how we can define our dictionary here. So assuming I have a variable name, I'm going to call it my dictionary is equals to this. So this is the symbol that we can use to denote a Python dictionary. This curly braces here. So this is what we use to define a Python dictionary. Assuming I have a variable name, I'm going to call it person. I want to store some key and value pairs of any data there. I'm going to say is equals to my symbol of my Python dictionary here. Then inside this curly braces, I'm going to have the key and value pairs. I'm going to have, assuming I have the name here as the key, then I have my colon, then followed by the value. Assuming I have John here, then I want to have another data here. I'm going to call it age. Assuming I have 18. So let's take for instance, I have city here. Then I'm going to give it the value of Abuja. What I have actually done here is that I have created a Python dictionary. Then my variable name here is person. Then inside this dictionary, we have the key and value pairs. The key here is my name and the value here is John. The key here is age and the value is 18. The key I am having here is city and the value here is Abuja. Then I'm going to print it out. I can say print person. So let me run my file for us to see. Good, we have our output here. So this is our Python dictionary. So let us move on and see how we can access the value inside our dictionary. Assuming I want to have access to the value of John here, all what I need to do is to use the key of name to have access to it. Then I'm going to say print person at the key. Then I'm going to specify the key inside this square brackets. I can put name. Then I'm going to run my file. Let me comment this one for us to see. Good. We have John here as our output. So this is basically how we can work with key and value pairs inside our dictionary. What I have done here is that I want to have access to the value of John here. Then I am making use of the key, which is the name, to have access to it. Hopefully that makes sense. Assuming I want to have access to the value of 18 here, all what I'm going to use is to use the key of age to have access to it. Let me change this name to age and I run my Python file. Good, we have 18 here as our output. Assuming I want to have access to this Abuja value here, I'm going to use the city here to do that, which is the key. I'm going to change this age to city. So let me run my file again for us to see. Good, we have Abuja here as our output. So this is basically how we can have access to the value of our dictionary. Hopefully that makes sense. So let us proceed on how we can add a new key value pairs to our Python dictionary. I can have a comment here that says adding and modifying dictionary. Assuming I want to add a new key and value pair, all what I need to do is to say the name of my dictionary person at job, that is my key, equals to the value. Assuming I have engineer here, then I'm going to print out person. So let me run my file. Good, we have our output here. As we can see, we have job here as and the value as engineer. So that means we have added a new key and value pair. So the key here is job and the value I am specifying here is engineer. So that is the reason why we have job and engineer here inside our Python dictionary. Assuming I have a key and value pair of, let's say we have person at food is equals to rice, then I'm going to run my file again for us to see the effects of our output. Good. We now have the key of food here and the rice as our value. So this is basically how we can add a new key and value pair inside our Python dictionary. Assuming I want to modify my age here, which is 18, all what I need to do is to come here and say person as the key of my age is equals to 25. What I am doing here is that I want to modify my age here, then I want to modify it to be 25, and I am doing that by using the key, which is the age. Hopefully that makes sense. So let me run my file for us to see. Good. We have actually modified the age here to 25. So this is how we can update an existing data inside our Python dictionary by just modifying the key here by putting the key and the new value here. So that is how we can modify our key and value pair inside our Python dictionary. So let us move on and see how we can remove items from our dictionary. I can have my comments here by simply saying removing item in dictionary. Then we have some method that we can use. That is the pop method. Let me have a comment here by simply saying pop method. This pop method is what that we are going to use to remove the key and value pair inside our Python dictionary. I'm going to say person dot pop, then I'm going to pass in the key of whatever I want to delete. I can pass the key of age. So that means I want to delete the key and value pair of age inside this my dictionary. So that is basically what I am doing here. Then I'm going to print out the person. So let me comment this one so I can run my file. Good. We don't have the key of our age here inside our Python dictionary, so we have actually removed it. So this pop method is used to remove an item inside our dictionary. Hopefully that makes sense. So let us move on and see how we can loop through our Python dictionary. I can have a comment here by simply saying looping through dictionary. If you don't understand what loop is, a loop is actually a way that you can use to perform some kind of iteration on a sequence. So that is actually what loop is. I have a video on loop where I explain everything in detail. So I'm going to leave the link in the description below. So for you to check out. Now let us move on. I'm going to use the for loop to iterate through the key and the value that we have inside our Python dictionary. I'm going to say by using the for loop by saying for key comma value in person dot items, then I'm going to print out my key and my value, key and value. Remember I said that a Python dictionary is a key and value pair. So what I am doing here is that I am looping through all the key and all the value that we have inside our person dictionary. I am using these dot items here, which is actually a method that we can use to have access to the key and the value pair of our Python dictionary. Then inside here, I am printing all the key and the value. That is basically what I am doing here. So let me run my file for us to see. Let me comment this one. Good. We have access to the key and the value pair. We have name, which is our key, and we have John as our value. We have age, which is our key, and we have 18, which is our value. We have city as our key. We have Abuja as our key and the value. So this is basically how we can loop through all the key and the value that exist inside our Python dictionary. So let me actually show some common method that we can use. Let me comment this one. Let's take for instance, I want to have access to all the keys that we have inside our Python dictionary, what I'm going to do is to use a method. I'm going to say person dot keys. This is actually a method that we can use to have access to all the keys that exist inside our Python dictionary. Then I'm going to print it out. I'm going to say print person.keys. So let me run my file for us to see. We have all the keys that exist inside our Python dictionary. We have name here, we have age, then we have city. So we have all the key inside a list. So this is our output. So this is how we can have access to all the keys that exist inside our Python dictionary. So assuming we want to have access to all the values that we have, all what I need to do is to use a method called values. I'm going to say print person dot values. Then I'm going to run my file. Good, we have all the value here as our output. So which is John, we have John, we have 18, then we have Abuja. So this is all our dictionary values. So this is all what we're going to be covering on Python dictionary. If anyone has question about what we have covered here, so feel free to put it in the comment section below. Then I'm going to do my best to answer them all. Then if you found this video helpful, please make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Then I'm going to see you in the next one, and bye for now.